What's up, though? We back. The PYPL Season 12, and we have reached the championship round once again, my people. We got number 1 seed Epidemic Esports. It's a tough ball club led by Steezy Yagami, number 4 overall score at 24.1 points a game this season in PYPL. They also have one of the toughest defensive teams I've ever seen, with 3 players in the top 5 for steals. As you can see, they were 23-3, the number 1 overall seed. Like I said, 3 players in the top 5 in steals, led by J-Rock 2 Deep at 2.9 a game. How did they get here? The first, they beat the play-in team, New Strap City, who had defeated another club in the play-in series to match up versus them. They beat them 2-0, and then they beat what is comp 3-0, even though the first 2 games were a forfeit. Who are they facing off against? None other than Mocan Elite, but one of the most exciting players the PYPL has seen in all of its seasons, Devco. Devco averaged 37.5 points per game this season. He was the number 1 scorer. He also set the single season record for Mocan Elite, which we could see was 20-6. He set the single season scoring record by scoring 119 points in a game, one single contest. This team is a team that has only 5 players, and they all contribute, with everybody averaging in double figures, led by Dev. How did they get here? They beat Military Minds 2-0, and then they won a tough series 3-1 over Repentance to set the matchup versus Epidemic Esports in the Season 12 finals. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, official_PYPL, for all your updates. And here we have it, the PYPL Season 12 finals, Mocan Elite versus Epidemic Esports. Kind of interesting to see how Epidemic plans to defend Dev, knowing that he scores the way he does. And that's one thing I was really tuned in to see in game 1. How was the teams going to come out and match up versus each other? I don't believe they had played each other at all this season. So 2 high-power teams going versus each other, and let's see who gets the jump. Out the gate, Epidemic comes out shooting good, and they put a big lock, J-Rock 2 Deep, to hound Dev most of the game and send help to make the game tough for him. And I guess they're going to try to make his teammates beat them, and I think that was a pretty good strategy, because none of the other teammates for Mocan has showed that they could carry a team the way their point guard does. And speaking of point guards, the point guard for Epidemic Esports was outstanding. It's Twigs was lighting it up all night long. He was a playmaker. He was a shooter. He was whatever the team needed him to be in every game of the series, especially the opening game. He really put his imprint on his game. And for the most part, early in the game, it looked like it was going back and forth. As you see Dev hitting shot after shot, they were just trading punches one after another, and it seemed like it was going to be going down to the wire. And eventually, Mocan started making mistakes. And after they started making mistakes, Epidemic capitalized on mistakes, and the shooting of Twigs was just too much. As you see, a turnover right there by Dev, and another turnover, then a missed shot on a contest. The defense from Epidemic and the good overall team play, as well as the shooting and playmaking ability of Twigs, was just really the difference in the first game. As you see, Steezy hitting the corner, a wing 3, and then another one. And it just seemed like they were, Epidemic was really, really locked in. They wanted it more than them this first game. And as you can see, they got away with game 1. And this just typifies the night for Mocan right there on the inbounds. The turnover off the leg of the center, right back out of bounds, giving it right back to Epidemic. And as you see, Twigs with one of the coldest animations for shooting that I've seen. And game 1 is a blowout, 60-37. It's Twigs with 21 and 6 assists for Epidemic. Steezy with 12. Devco had a tough game, 16 points, 4 assists, and 6 turnovers as we head into game 2. which will be at the home court of Epidemic, coming out in a nice white unis. Game 2 started off a lot different. This game was the game of the night. It was back and forth pretty much the whole game. They were just trading punches, just one shot after another. Neither team would let the other get the advantage. Let's see CJ Hollow with a tough rebound and a putback. And we're going to slide up to the third quarter. It was 29-28. And like I said, they were just going back and forth, with G Twigs with the jumper. Much better game from Dev this time as he knocks it up at 31. Twigs behind the back with the flush, giving the lead at 33. And right about here is when Epidemic started to go on a little run. As you see, Steez with the layup. Twigs comes from outside, inside, back outside, finds Steez again with a long triple. Steez hit some big shots. Didn't put up the numbers he did during the regular season, but he hit some big shots. It's another big shot by Twigs to put them up by 10. See here a little bit later on, they're up 8. And Dev's getting help from his teammates now. Gets 2 corner threes from both wings to put him down 2. It's the pick and roll. The center, CJ Hallow, ties the game. 48-48 with a $130. Steez with a big-time three-pointer. Puts him up 51-48. Dev comes back, ties it up. 51-51. We're under a minute to go. Game 2. Great pass from Twigs to J-Rock to get the deuce. Goes up 53-51. Dev comes right back with a 3. Puts him up 1. We're under 10 seconds. Twigs, big time 3.
Go back
The inbounds. Mocan got a chance and it's a turnover.
God, there's no way.
Turns it over with a couple seconds to go on the inbound. Man, what a way to lose that game. As you can see, they're feeling it. They go down 2-0 in the finals. Game 2. Like I said, big time performances across the board. It's Twigs with 20 points and 9 assists. Steezy Yagami with 14. G2 Joe with 10 and 10. For the Mocan, Dev had 23-7, but he shot kind of high, 8 for 20. And CJ Hallow with 10 and 13 rebounds. Game 3, we had some technical difficulties. So the stream, it was some lag out issues, so we don't got the stream for it. But it is Epidemic with the victory, 43-30, to take the season 12 championship. Is Twigs led all scores with 16. They pretty much held everybody in check. And this game was a pretty good game. It was going back and forth a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was an unfortunate thing with the lag outs. I hate that. But hey, that's 2K. But anyway, congratulations to Epidemic Esports. They are your PYPL Season 12 champions. Look forward to seeing you guys more in the future. That's all from us, dog. More Willa 2K. It's the PYPL.